22 Intense chemistry signs with someone. How to spot chemistry between people, must watch. Leave a like on the video my love, and if you are new to the channel, subscribe to receive new advice. Do this to help the channel continue to grow. Leaving a like is all I ask as a gift. If you've ever wondered if you like someone and you're not sure if they are your type, and you're thinking, why do I like them? They're not usually the type of person I would even be interested in, or perhaps you were talking with someone and you think that they like you but you're not too sure because you don't want to be reading too far into it because you might think they could just be really friendly. Let me help you. I'll give you the signs of intense chemistry so you know if you have chemistry with someone or if someone has intense chemistry with you. My name is Pamela Raquel, and stay tuned. So, the very first sign you are going to notice is that you are solely committed to them, or they are solely committed to you. If you don't make jokes about other people being attractive in front of them, and your eyes don't wander to all the people on the street, you just focus on this person and this person focuses on you, it means you have genuine feelings, and this is the start of a strong connection. The constant smiling when you lock eyes with this person, if you both automatically smile, it's a good sign that there is a strong connection and some intense chemistry brewing. You are always laughing. Being able to laugh and joke around with someone means that you are very comfortable with each other, and that you have advanced past those stages of friendship and that you were very much both in that intense chemistry stage. Remembering the small things, remembering those small details about someone or something related to that person is a huge sign that you or them are paying close attention to what is important. If you notice that a certain person remembers those very small details of what you said months ago, well, that's your sign. You listen with intent. Communication is such a huge factor of chemistry, and if two people are able to sit down and truly listen to each other and engage in topics, then both of them will feel that intense emotional connection. Always hanging out together. Constantly being around someone is a sign that you are drawn to them, but even if you guys are not in a committed relationship or situationship, you may notice that this person happens to always be around you wherever you go, or perhaps they are doing it on purpose. You might be like, are they doing this on purpose? Or does it happen to be a fluke? No, it's definitely the latter. Always noticing where you are in the room. Someone that is always aware of where their crush is a sign that they are very much attracted to that person. And when two people are constantly looking around to see where the other person is, it's a sign that they have bonded and they have extreme chemistry. Talking about the other person. Listen to what they say when you are not around, and if you notice positive things are coming back your way, where your friend says, she was talking about you the other day, this is a sign of strong chemistry. Backgrounds, and let's face it, people only say positive things about someone when they know that it would go back to them. Acting goofy with each other. Now, one of the best things about being in a relationship with someone is having those inside jokes, those goofy things that you can say to each other. And if you notice that you guys have that already, it's a huge sign that you have something intense building. There is lots of touching. Now, we don't touch strangers and we don't like it when strangers touch us because it makes us feel a little bit icky. However, if two people are touching each other, even very casually like a little slap on the shoulder, and it's not actually that accidental, you know those hands are brushing away, or if it is accidental, no one flinches if a leg touches under the table, it's a sign that they are attracted to each other, and this is the start of an intense chemistry relationship. The playful banter. Being able to tease someone is one of the earliest signs that you are flirting or being flirted with. You are only ever playful when you feel close to someone, so if you were able to tease and mock someone in a nice way without hurting them, this silliness is a sign of something good. Wanting to be together. Remember when I said that we are always looking around for our crush when we are in the room with them? But when two people have the urge to seek out the other person, they will actually try to stand next to each other. You will notice they sit next to each other in meetings, and well, that's your chemistry. There is lots of open body language. Body language can tell us a lot about how someone feels without them directly saying it. Being able to have open body language, where your torso and your feet are pointing towards the other person, and your arms and hands are not crossed, it's a sign that you are attracted to them and fully engaged in that person. The non-awkward eye contact. Just like touching, eye contact with a stranger is still very awkward, and we know not to engage in strong eye contact because it starts to feel a little bit intimate. And that's because the brain releases dopamine and oxytocin during that eye contact bond, and that is intimacy-building chemicals. So if you engage in strong eye contact with someone for more than 3 seconds before you both start to pull away, that's the sign of chemistry. Time passes quickly when you spend time with someone that you have intense chemistry bonds with. It will feel like the world just moves around you. Before you know it, You've been sat talking about something for 6 hours, and it's a brilliant feeling because you are both able to get truly lost in each other. Public flirting. Flirting behind closed doors shows a very different side, and that when you are out in the open, flirting with someone, you are literally letting the world know that you have feelings for them. It's because, well, you don't care what other people feel because you have that intense chemistry. You have the feeling that you think you may have met them before. If you have ever met someone for the first time but feel like you somehow already know them, then it's a sign you have a great connection or an intense chemistry bond building. Maybe you guys have never met each other at all, but the vibe is so strong that it leaves you questioning otherwise. You have lots of things in common. Opposites do attract, but when you have intense chemistry with someone, you will notice that you both share those similarities of the things that you both enjoy to do. Silence does not feel awkward. When we are having a conversation with someone that we don't really know that well, we tend to fill in the silence with small talk. However, when you are in a situation where you have an intense chemistry bond with someone, the silence that happens in a natural conversation doesn't feel awkward. It's almost comforting. You feel the butterflies. Anything from feeling nervous or extreme infatuation is a sign that you are very excited to see the other person. And of course, the butterfly feeling does eventually fade. However, if you haven't seen each other for a while or spoken online for a while and you start talking again and you feel those anxious and nervous excited feelings, this is intense chemistry. The intense sexual attraction. Undoubtedly, you would expect me to even talk about this tip because sexual chemistry makes every situation that you are in incredibly tense. It means you flirt with each other more than you do normally, you engage with strong eye contact, and giggle a little bit when you feel nervous, and it makes the whole connection more special. Getting excited to see them again. If you guys have a group setting situation or you go out on a group date, and you feel so excited to meet them that you start to dress to impress, well, that's intense chemistry. If you've made it this far, my love, comment below with the word 100% or something else to let me know, to confirm that you've received the knowledge from the video so far. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video and share it later. Let's continue. 18 surprising things you didn't realize make you attractive. Number 9 will shock you. Have you ever had a crush on someone and then, when you think about it, you can't quite actually figure out where the crush came from or even why you like this person? Because perhaps they are not your type completely. Well, the reason for this is because, according to science, there are things that people do, behavioral traits or physical qualities about them, that we find attractive. Therefore, someone that we would never consider dating can elicit these behaviors, and we like them. This works for both ladies and dudes. So, if you want to know more of the surprising things that you didn't actually think made you attractive, this is the video for you. You have musician traits. If you are someone that is able to hold a note or play the piano, the violin, or even just a couple of chords on an acoustic guitar, it's considered to be more attractive than the average person. And the reason for this is because, well, we presume that anyone that is musically gifted is a lot more confident and they have a specialized skill. They are one of a kind. So naturally, we respect that, and we are very attracted to confident people. So if you are the type of person that is able to carry your musical instrument on your back, for example, your guitar, then you are going to get a lot more attention. However, if you play the sousaphone, you might struggle with this. Maybe facial hair, specifically this is more persuaded to the guys, and the ladies unless that's your type of thing and that's what you're into. But facial hair on a guy makes us ladies feel that they are mature. It's the sign that they have physically grown up. And you don't have to be supporting a Father Christmas style beard, just a little bit of stubble is enough. Having a sense of humor means that you are confident, and like I said at the start of the video, we all want to be with confident people. At the University of British Columbia, there was a speed dating event study, and people were rated on their attractiveness and their humor. They found out that people were rated as more attractive if they were funny. Be a good listener. Everyone loves to feel consoled and listened to, and if you are one of these types of people that really listens, and I mean truly listens, when someone talks, people will find you very attentive and very attractive. Because listening is how we connect with other people, and if someone listens to us drone on about our emotions, we feel safe with them because we know that they have time for us. Smiling often. Gotta be honest, when I scroll through Instagram and I see all these super hot Instagram models, and they all have that resting bee face where they don't really do any form of emotion, it's kind of like a frowny sexy pout thing. Now, I get it, it looks sexy, but it's kind of weird and it's very uninviting and it's not friendly because there's no smiles anymore. So naturally, the good old-fashioned smile will make you a lot more attractive. Because when someone smiles, we feel that they are approachable, they are kind, and very inviting. So if you have to keep up that Instagram model pose when you're out at a party, you might notice that not many people want to come over and talk to you. Eating spicy food. The University of Minnesota did a study on the attraction of women eating different types of food, and it was found that women became 20% more attractive when they were eating something spicy. So maybe walk around with a bag of flamin' hot Cheetos and let me know how your day goes. Your choice of outfit color. Red is seen as a fiery, passionate, sexual color, and if a woman wears it, she's perceived to be more attractive. It's a color that stands out and immediately makes you look, well, just very hot. And you don't have to be supporting a full red outfit, it could be a statement piece, for example, red shoes, red nails, a red handbag, or even red lipstick. And if you are wondering for the guys, it's a little bit different. If a guy wears the color blue, a lady is going to find him more attractive than if he wore any other color. Embracing your scars. You know the phrase, chicks dig scars? Well, there's kind of some element behind it. Scars show us that someone has lived a life. And if we revert back to cave lady and caveman brains, then we feel that if someone has scars, they have a sign of bravery and the ability that they have survived a traumatic event, which is kind of hard. Sweating. Yeah, it's actually a thing. In a study published in the Journal of Neuroscience, researchers found that the male sweat glands actually release a pheromone that elicits a sexual feeling amongst females. Therefore, if you sweat, women find you more attractive. Crazy. The baby bear amount of alcohol. According to a study, the perfect amount of alcohol to drink is 250 milliliters, which is 8 liquid ounces. And because this means you are in a fun state, you've had a drink, people can obviously smell the drink on your breath, but you aren't completely overboard where you can't string sentences together. And this approach of just being a little bit tipsy, as weird as it sounds, means we perceive someone to be more attractive. And that's because alcohol does become a truth serum. Therefore, if someone is talking to you and you've noticed that they've had a drink, you feel a bit more attracted to them because what they are saying is true. This one is a little bit crazy, and that is speaking into someone's right ear. If you can talk into someone's right ear first, then the person will have a higher chance of actually wanting to listen to you, which may make you a little bit more attractive because they want to give you their direct attention. Now, this is due to the right hemisphere of the brain doing something a little bit different with an emotional connection as opposed to being spoken to in their left ear. Making your date feel scared. Now, yeah, this sounds very crazy, and I'm going to cut it short so that no one goes crazy in the comments below, but if you can make you and your date feel a little bit scared together, you actually build a better chance of arousal. And that's because we mistake the feelings of fear for arousal in the brain, and that makes sense because our bodies do similar things. For example, our heart rate increases, and we have a shortness of breath, which is what happens when we are fearful and also aroused. And some great ways that you can use this to your advantage is to go to a theme park together on a date, watch a scary movie together, or watch the semifinals of the England match. Being in a group. Naturally, when we see someone attractive, they become, well, even more attractive in a group situation because it shows that this person is emotionally stable, they are able to have relationships with other people, and it also gives us that fear of missing out if we see someone doing something fun in a friend group. Talking with your hands. People that talk with their hands come across as being better to communicate. It shows that they are trying to get someone to understand their state of mind, and if you can come across more confident, well, you're very much more attractive. Displaying a positive self-image in a conversation. If you can talk about how you have an amazingly high self-esteem and that you don't talk down about yourself, so that means no self-deprecating humor, and you don't talk about your negative traits, you come across more attractive. Having a hair tie around your wrist. This applies to both ladies and also guys. If a lady has a hair tie around her wrist, and apparently, that makes her more attractive. Not really sure where this came from, but I think I can agree with it because it works for guys too. If a guy has a piece of jewelry around his wrist, could be a bracelet or even a watch, it's a sign of masculinity that females love. Being kind to strangers. If you are able to say something nice to a waiter, for example, "I really like your haircut, looks good on you," or you open the door for a stranger, pick up some trash off the street, this actually gives signals to this other person that you are kind, humble, and friendly, and this makes you lots more attractive. Strong eye contact. Engaging in strong eye contact frequently with someone makes you more attractive on a psychological level. When we lock eyes with someone for more than 3 seconds, it starts to build an arousal feeling, and this is something that we don't want to do with strangers because it's a little bit weird. Therefore, if you can actually engage in a deep staring contest with someone that you fancy, and they do it back to you, you will both likely feel a little bit more aroused, therefore, you find each other a little bit more attractive. If you've made it this far, my love, comment below with the word 100% or something else to let me know, to confirm that you've received the knowledge from the video so far. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video and share it later. Let's continue. How do shy girls flirt? Learn the signs a shy girl likes you and wants you to notice her. Let's talk about shy girls, because these are the types of ladies that have so much going on in their heads, and they are so overwhelmed with social experiences that sometimes they can seem a little bit elusive when really they're just trying to make everything work at once. So, if you happen to be talking to a shy girl and you want to know the lowdown of how she flirts, because let's face it, it's very different from an extroverted, confident person, this is your video. My name is Pamela Raquel, and stay tuned. The first thing that you are going to notice is the friend request. A shy girl is someone that shows you lots of attraction and then she disappears, then all of a sudden pops up on your social media. She's like, hey, can we be friends? Can you see my private pictures, and can I see yours too? A shy girl is more likely to want to build a relationship with you in the initial stages of dating online, as opposed to doing it in person because this is what makes her feel most comfortable. And then when she feels comfortable with you, she's happy to have that real-life relationship. So expect her to spend a lot of time building conversations with you online, trying to figure out who you are. It doesn't mean she doesn't like you, and she tries to keep everything online for a while, it just means she's not feeling comfortable yet. So you can expect the conversations to be amazing. She sends you YouTube videos to watch and songs to listen to. While this is her trying to effortlessly flirt with you, the trick here is to notice that she doesn't actually initiate the conversations because she doesn't want to come on too strong. However, if you initiate the conversation, she will keep it going for hours and hours. You can expect lots of likes on social media. She will definitely be liking your images. Girls know that if they like someone's images, say for example 2 or 3 consecutively in a row, that's because we're trying to let the guy know that we are interested, to get them to make the next move. So, if you happen to get 3 or 4 likes in a row, this is her popping up saying, hey, I liked your pictures. Are you interested? Let's talk more. The love comes out from nowhere. A shy girl is going to have a secret relationship with you in her head. She's obviously realized for a long time she likes you, and then there will be a sudden moment where she either gets drunk one night, and you wake up in the morning and you see you have lots of messages on your phone proclaiming her love to you, or she gets very drunk at the office party and comes on to you. But she turns into this very different lady, very confident, who's releasing all of these seductive powers onto you, and you're like, where is Jane? Because that is not Jane from accounting. She is always staring at you. Naturally, we all do this. We stare at people that we find attractive. We cannot get our eyes off their faces. However, with a shy girl, you will notice that as soon as you gaze eyes at her, she will very quickly dart and look away. This is because she knows she's been caught and she doesn't want to get embarrassed because, well, a shy girl is always going to feel shy a lot of the time. So, if you notice she's always staring at you, yet she won't actually look you in the eye and she's quickly turning away, this is a sign she's flirting. She will ask you if you need help. This could be work-related, it could be something around the house, anything at all, big or small. She will do what she can to assist you and to make your life a little bit easy. And it might feel like she's just being friendly, but this is how shy girls flirt. The emotional compliments. A shy girl has put lots of thought into you and into that potential relationship, and she very much is that person that really thinks about what makes you feel special in a relationship. She will have this amazing ability of giving you a compliment that no one has done before, in the way that she does. She puts so much time and effort into that compliment. It could be the way you pronounce your words in that business presentation, and no one's ever said something like that to you before. And it's such an amazing compliment that it makes you think about it over and over and over. She gets excited when you level up in life. She is excited for you when you do something amazing, when you pursue your passions and something works out, when the side hustle takes off, or even if you just finish a book that you were reading. She will congratulate you hard. She will get you a cake to say, well done for that new job, or if you have a sporting event, she will always turn up to offer her support. She tries a new aesthetic around you. People are naturally comfortable in their own ways, and shy people have a bit of a quirky fashion sense. Not all, but for the majority, they do. That's because that's how they feel comfortable. But if you notice that lately, she's done something a little bit different that she doesn't normally do around you, this is her trying to seduce you. She is always around you. A shy girl is great at listening, so good that you won't even realize that she has been eavesdropping in on your conversations. Therefore, she knows when you're going out with your friends, and she will turn up to that event on her own or with her friends, and she won't make a big deal about it. She kind of just sits there and admires you, creepily from afar. A shy girl blushes easily. A shy girl is one that you would expect to blush quite a lot because she finds everything that you say amazing. She will laugh at all of your jokes and then start blushing. So she will naturally always have that nice peachy pink tone in her face when she's around you. You will notice she fidgets quite a lot. A shy girl is comfortable being in her own territory or around a few close friends. However, when she's out of her depth, for example talking to you, she needs a bit more comfort. So you will notice she's twirling her hair, she's fiddling with her fingers, her jewelry, or her outfit. She is doing something to soothe herself because her emotions are skyrocketing out of the building when you guys are together. Her friends make it awkward. This is quite easy to spot. If you happen to work together, her work colleagues already know who you are, and they know all about you, and they know how shy she is. Therefore, they try to help out a little bit. So whenever you walk past them, you might feel that they are acting a little bit strange, or you notice they are whispering about you. Now, this is not them being rude, it's just that they know that their friend likes you, and they're trying to get you two together. If you've made it this far, my love, comment below with the word 100% or something else to let me know, to confirm that you've received the knowledge from the video so far. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video and share it later. Let's continue. This is what makes a woman really crave a man. Smiling face with heart eyes. The important traits that will attract her to you. Smiling face with heart eyes. The hardest thing about dating someone of the opposite sex is actually learning that they have a completely different brain to yours, and what they look for in a person is a lot different to what you look for in a person. So, no wonder it feels like women are very confusing creatures and that you constantly have to work for their affection, because, well, essentially, that's what you have to do. And she's going to be doing the exact same for you because remember, she doesn't have a guy brain. So, to help you with women's attraction, let's talk about the things that make a lady crave a guy. Of course, let's address it. Every lady is completely different, but there are a lot of very basic kind of things that lots of women do crave for when it comes to the attraction of a guy. Let's dive in. The first thing is that he is romantic, and I get it because you guys don't understand romance. Why buy a girl flowers when flowers just die? They go in the bin, it's completely pointless. I get it, it doesn't seem like a worthwhile investment. But what you have to understand is that she uses romance to feel loved and to feel appreciated. She wants someone to value her for her uniqueness, and that goes by those little tiny things. The little things mean the most. And of course, flowers don't always cut it. So, I'm telling you to get a head start in your relationship and go out there and read The 5 Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman. The link to the book is in the description bar below, so go check that out. As soon as you understand those love languages, you can test them out on your girl to see which one matches hers, and then that book is going to give you many ideas of little tiny romantic gestures that you can do. This is going to make her become crazy over you because it shows you have taken the time out of your masculine brain to show yourself, to decide to tell her that she feels loved. The second thing is his responsibility. Relationships in today's society are very much 50-50. A woman wants to date someone who picks up after himself, who can actually just live his own life and take care of himself. She doesn't want to have to do all the housework, she doesn't want to have to look after the kids, and a lot of couples today don't even talk about having children or even getting married. So, the lady wants to date someone who is responsible and willing to live his own life so that she doesn't have to have any more stress. Because why would a woman want to go out, work so many hours a day, to come back and then clean up after a guy? You wouldn't want to do the same, so why would you expect her to do that? So, the easiest way is to show that you have responsibility towards so many things in your life. You can certainly bring these into conversations and talk about the commitments that you have on a daily basis. It could even be something as simple as your hobby that you will not give up. You go to regular sporting events, and that means that you can't always go on a date with the lady on the day when your team is playing. That is just a little bit of responsibility, and it lets her know that just because you are in a relationship, it doesn't mean you will drop everything for her. And this bit of independence is exactly the thing that a woman absolutely craves. Number 3, he has a great sense of humor. Women want to be with people that make life fun. So if you can show a lady that you are a great person to hang out with and that you have a great sense of humor, you can both make each other laugh all the time. This upbeat personality means that you guys are literally against the world, ready to take on anything. Because if you are planning on spending the rest of your life with someone, you want to make sure that you guys actually get along and have fun along the way. Of course, he is genuine and honest. Honesty is something that women love to see in a guy, and this means he is able to open up and say that he's having a bad month at work, he's able to talk about his emotions, or just says, "I'm not feeling great, this is what I need from you." Even if that is, "I don't feel good, I'm gonna go in the man cave for like 2 hours." That's totally cool because honesty means the relationship is going somewhere. Let's talk about being genuine. If you can confidently be yourself, you won't change to impress a lady. You are just uniquely you, with your scars, with your wounds, with those cringy hobbies, whatever embarrassing thing that you get up to. A woman is going to appreciate this a lot. She would much rather date a guy that is genuine in himself than someone that puts up a front. So this means you do not have to be embarrassed about the little things that you probably do feel a little bit cringy about. So what, you don't drive a fancy car? A woman would love you more and crave you more if you were genuine with the things you did every day. Because you can have a fancy car and drive it, but if you have a fake personality, she's not gonna crave you, unless she's a gold digger. But never go after gold diggers because that's always going to end in tears. He is driven. Women, more than ever right now, are willing to have their own careers, they want to build their own side hustles, they want to have amazing stable futures, and they are not dependent on guys anymore. So they want this for you. They understand what it takes to be successful, so she's going to appreciate this in you. And it goes back to lady and caveman thinking, where we want to be with someone that is able to have survivability, who is very brave, fights off buffaloes, and can make things work despite the bad hand that they were dealt. So having ambition in your life to do great things, whether that is to have 3 job promotions in 2 years, to move to Thailand, to invest in another business, or to help out a large charity, something that you are passionate to do, whether it's a career or a personal goal, is something a lady craves to see in a guy. And it keeps that relationship spark going because if she can see that he is committed and he is passionate to something, there is the sense that she is going to receive that same type of passion in the relationship. He is empathetic. What specifically a lady will crave is a man that has emotional intelligence. He's not able to hold back on things in case it hurts someone, and he is able to offer advice and stand up for what he believes in, rather than just lying and keeping things on the DL. This also means that if she is having a bad day, she wants the guy to be able to pick up on it. It doesn't want to be a situation where he just offers lots of solving of the problem and says, "Hey, you should do this," or "I told you to do this yesterday, there's no point getting upset today." She wants to feel seen, heard, and appreciated, and having someone that is highly empathetic is going to do just this. He has stability. Stability comes in so many different forms. Obviously, years ago, it would have been the whole financial thing because women just couldn't get jobs. So don't just think about money, think outside the box. So a woman wants to see that you are stable in so many levels of your life. So this is going to be your career. Are you constantly leaving jobs, walking out of jobs, getting fired? Because if you are, it's not very attractive. She wants to know that you have stable income, so that 1, obviously, you can buy her gifts, but 2, she's not having to push you along in the relationship and cover your rent and your car insurance despite her doing the same for her too. But this also goes on to your hobbies. Do you actually engage in regular stable self-care? Do you know how to de-stress? Do you have a set morning and evening routine? Or maybe you choose to fast on Sundays, or you don't eat carbs. These are all different types of stability ethics that you can show off to her, which is going to make her crave you. He is confident. So let's talk about confidence versus arrogance. If you are the type of guy that is uniquely yourself, you are okay to say what you want to say, obviously not offending people, this is confidence. But arrogance is when people feel like you are a little bit of a sleazeball, a little bit slimy. People don't really want to be chatting to you because all you do is just hammer your fists on your chest and talk about the latest job promotion that you had. a woman wants to date a confident guy. Now, confidence, believe it or not, is you showing up, saying, "Hey, I collect stamps. I have done since I was 12. It's a little bit embarrassing, but you know what? I absolutely love it." And despite what you think, this is very attractive because you are being confident. You are standing up and being you. You aren't being this person that talks about never being sad, never been angry, and not having any fears. You were just like, "Hey, this is me, like it or lump it." He is domesticated. Yes, I had to say this one, not from a personal aspect, but from all of the girls that I've spoken to, and all of the research that has gone into this video. Like I mentioned before, women are no longer stuck in the 1950s time frame. They are able to discover the world, to go out there on adventures, and figure out who they want to be, and to inspire other people. So, a woman does not have time to pick up your socks off the bedroom floor, okay? She does not have time to cook you lots of different snacks when you come home from work. You need to be picking up your share of stuff. And the mindset of women today is so different because back then, it was predominantly, you were a baby-making machine, and then you catered to the house, and you served the husband. However, now, if women are not choosing to have children, or they're happy to have people to come in and look after their children, like nannies, and things like that, it means she's expecting you to do just as much housework. If you get a house together, it should be 50-50ths. It's not a case where we give you a golden star every time you load up the dishwasher. We are going to give you a standing ovation and a round of applause every time you remember to flush the toilet. It's a case of, dude, you live here too, pick up your own stuff, otherwise, you're out. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of today's video. But if you want to go ahead and binge some more content, feel free. However, if you do want to uplevel your mindset and also your skills set when it comes to psychology and relationships, there are so many books down below in the description bar that I have personally read and I absolutely love them. And also, a percentage of that sale actually comes back to the channel as a way to say thanks for us putting up content every single day. Another way that you can say a huge thanks to me and everyone else on the channel is signing up to our Super Fan membership. It's a monthly subscription service where you get access to exclusive things that no one else does. And of course, you get your name rolling up at the end of every single video. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye.